That's it for sports. Back to you, Alan.
Thanks, Brett. The Obama administration is proposing a climate service agency to report on climate concerns like global warming. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reports that the last decade was the warmest on record worldwide. Studies say that too much heat threatens crops, can spread diseases, and can cause polar ice to melt. Some studies have shown that warming is largely due to human causes, such as the burning of fossil fuels and natural gases. The Climate Service will give people information on climate changes and its effects, and also offer information on how to help reduce the problem.
The Space Shuttle Endeavour is on a 2-week mission after blasting off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The 6-member crew is delivering equipment to be used as a control room for robotics. The mission will include 3 spacewalks. The Endeavour mission is one of the last in the shuttle program. Only 4 more missions are scheduled.
Michael Jackson's doctor's future is looking uncertain. The Houston cardiologist who was with the pop star the day of his death last June is facing charges of involuntary manslaughter. Dr. Conrad Murray could face up to 4 years in prison. Murray has admitted to administering propofol and other sedatives to Jackson as he struggled to sleep. Murray was hired as Jackson's personal physician while the singer prepared for a highly anticipated comeback concert in London. Jackson's fans launched a telephone campaign to the Los Angeles Police Department demanding that Murray be arrested and handcuffed in public. Murray's medical practice has been under scrutiny since a coroner's report found a mixture of drugs that caused Jackson's death.
When we come back, news on a power plant explosion in Connecticut. An explosion at a power plant has killed 5 people and injured 12 in Middletown, Connecticut. The explosion occurred at the Clean Power plant. Residents who live 20 miles away from the natural gas explosion say they heard and felt the blast around 11 in the morning. Middletown's mayor says plant workers were removing a natural gas pipeline when the explosion occurred. 2 people were airlifted directly from the scene to Hartford Hospital. Middlesex Hospital says they received 11 patients from the explosion and another person transferred to Yale Haven Hospital. Some patients say they were thrown 30 to 40 feet by the blast.
California state regulators say they are cracking down on discount health and dental plans. Officials say the discounters market themselves as insurance. They allegedly target the elderly, low-income families, and others who are in urgent need of care. Officials say the plans are exaggerated and offer little savings, if any. Plan executives say their services are in fact reliable and inexpensive. They also say only a few operators are causing the problems. Consumers have made complaints against more than 150 of the plans. Discounters are being policed more aggressively by the Department of Managed Healthcare.
President Obama wants Republicans and Democrats to forge a compromise over health care bills and do it live on national television. The half-day summit would be held at Blair House across the street from the White House on February 25th. Republicans say they will participate but want the current health bills tossed out. The president made his decision after being criticized for going back on a promise to televise health care proceedings. Currently, polls tend to show that the public dislikes what it's heard about health care reform.
A proposed tax on indoor tanning salons has owners worried that it could burn their business. Valley View News' Dina Khalil reports from West Hollywood.
Rudy Artavia owns California Tan in West Hollywood. It's a small boutique that Artavia says would be crippled by a 10% tax increase on indoor tanning services.
Taxing would really, hurt me because this is a small place, in a very nice location. And to stay afloat, it's extremely difficult.
Lawmakers hope the tax would raise approximately $2.7 billion over 10 years. This money would help extend healthcare coverage to millions of uninsured Americans.
The tax would only be applied to methods that use ultraviolet radiation, like this tanning bed. Non-UV tanning systems like spray-on tans would be exempt.
Jeremy Ross, an avid tanner, says the increase is pointless.
I don't think it'll really scare people away from buying. So as far as healthcare is concerned, I don't know if it'll make that big of a difference, honestly.
The tax is also meant to discourage the use of indoor tanning beds, which have been linked to health problems. Professor Stephen Oppenheimer says there's nothing safe about using these beds.
ultraviolet radiation is a cause of skin cancer. So there's no doubt that these kinds of exposures to ultraviolet radiation could increase the risk of skin cancer.
Tanning devotee Valerie Ponzio says she doesn't think the spike would stop people from tanning.
I always want to tan. You know, that's not going to really change. I think everybody likes the way they look tanned. And as long as we have celebrities that are airbrushed and gorgeous and golden, we're gonna keep shooting for it.
The Senate bill calls for the tax to take effect July 1st. In West Hollywood, I'm Dina Khalil for Valley View News.
Here's the scoop.
And now we have Chelsea Pelton Brown with some entertainment news. And Chelsea, there's a new champ at the box office.
But first, the star-studded Super Bowl was the most watched program ever. The Nielsen Company estimates more than 106 million people tuned in to watch the Colts versus the Saints. The band, The Who, may have had something to do with that. They performed their hit, Won't Get Fooled Again, during the 12-minute set, which included laser-lit stage and fireworks. Joining The Who on stage was Black Eyed Peas member will.i.am and famous guitarist Slash with their new song, My Generation. The game's ratings beat the MASH finale, which held the spot for 27 years. American Idol's makeover is only just the beginning. This season, Ellen DeGeneres replaced Paula Abdul as judge, and now Simon Cowell says he will hang up his judge's robe, leaving the show after the current season. And who will replace him? If you believe Howard Stern, the radio host could be tapped as the new Idol judge. Stern says he is considering leaving Sirius Satellite Radio and that Fox is interested in hiring him. But to leave radio, Stern says Fox would have to offer a hefty contract. The TV station reported Stern wants Fox to match his current paycheck, $100 million a year. The mighty movie King, Avatar, has passed the crown to another film. Dear John surpassed Avatar with an impressive ticket sales of $32.4 million. That's about $9 million more than James Cameron's 3D spectacle, Avatar. That movie's 7-week run in the top position has made it one of the biggest money-making movies of all time. Dear John stars Channing Tatum and Amanda Seyfried. It was the biggest debut for a movie on Super Bowl weekend. Rounding out the top 5 movies were From Paris with Love, starring John Travolta, the thriller Edge of Darkness, and the new family flick, The Tooth Fairy. Legal problems continue for actor Charlie Sheen. He is facing felony charges over the clash he allegedly had with his wife. The website, TMZ, says Sheen reportedly wants the charge to be a misdemeanor, not a more serious felony. Sheen allegedly pulled a knife on his wife, Brooke Mueller, during a heated argument on Christmas Day. Reports say Sheen was arrested on charges of criminal assault, menacing, and criminal mischief. Sheen and Mueller, married since 2008 and parents of twin boys, reportedly fought that Christmas Day when Mueller asked for a divorce. Sheen previously pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor charge of battery in 1996 for allegedly knocking down then-girlfriend Brittany Ashland. Ringo Starr has a new star in his life. The former Beatles drummer has received the 2,401st star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Ringo's own little piece of Hollywood history will be near those of his late bandmates John Lennon and George Harrison. This groundbreaking event marks the Hollywood Walk of Fame's 50th anniversary. Since the Beatles disbanded, Ringo has released 16 studio albums and acted in a variety of movies. That's it for entertainment. Back to you, Dina.
President Barack Obama's Yes We Can election campaign is taking the stage, a real stage. 30 singers, actors, and dancers will bring Hope, the Obama musical story, to life in Germany. Many of the songs will include highlights from Obama's speeches during his 2008 presidential campaign. Audiences will hear actors perform duets with Hillary Clinton and love songs by the president to his wife, Michelle. For Chelsea Pelton Brown and Brett Teal, I'm Dina Khalil.
And I'm Alan Carter. Thank you for watching Valley View News.